The workbook is such a central part of the course, and I've long called it the undiscovered key. You know, thousands, tens of thousands of course students have done the workbook, but I don't think it's very often been done the way it's written. Because I think we do have this resistance to discipline, and because the workbook's instructions can be fairly subtle and hard to decipher, especially as the workbook proceeds. So my recommendation is to approach it as a training, not as a sort of shot of morning inspiration. The workbook is a workbook. It's trying to get you to start your day in a certain way. That's important, with the reading of the lesson. But in that beginning of the day, it's trying to give you detailed instructions for how you will practice all through the day. That includes when you'll practice, in what form you'll practice, how you will hold your mind when you practice, with what attitude you'll practice. All of those things are crucial to actually experiencing the benefits of the workbook. And the benefits are amazing. They are unlike anything I've known. So I would say whatever you do, approach it as an actual training, as a doing, not as an act of reading in the morning so you start your day on a better emotional foot. That's only a small part of it. In terms of pace, I would say as much as possible do a lesson a day. I would say it's best to not skip days where you do, say, lesson 5 one day and then 3 days later do lesson 6. I would try to do it every day, but I would say if on a certain day you really just washed out and didn't do any practice, I would say repeat that one, because you aren't really repeating it, you're just doing it for the first time. And if some lesson has you totally captivated, then stay with it. The workbook doesn't say anything about that, it just says don't do more than one lesson on a day. But the main thing I think is if you approach it as a training, you'll realize you should be consistent. If you have long gaps, it's like long gaps in an exercise routine. You lose what you gained. The building effect doesn't happen.